The multi-ethnic East African nation of Ethiopia is widely known as a coffee producer. But recent industrial investment has transformed the country's textile and garment industry into a newly booming sector.
First it was Europe, America, then Southeast Asia, and China. Now the last chance is for Africa. I think the investors, they will find Ethiopia on the eastern part of Africa. And once they come here, I'm sure they will be caught by different aspects of Ethiopia.
Much has changed since the beginnings of the Ethiopian textile industry in 1939. A dozen companies now manufacture yarn and cloth, and over 60 modern factories and SMEs produce textiles and garments. 20 more production sites will soon be operational as a result of European and Asian investment. With some 25,000 employees, the industry is now an export engine.
Now we are producing for USA, this is a baseball player, and the other side is a mesh pant for basketball players. Therefore, we are reliable. That's why the customers come and give orders us.
With modern facilities and experienced managers to run them, Ethiopia's textile companies are highly reliable partners for export production. This factor weighs heavily in attracting new joint ventures.
The real asset we have is that we are sincere as an Ethiopian, sincere, hospitable, able to work and understand people with others. So this is a big asset for us. If we are able to understand them, they will be able to understand us so that we can work together.
Backed by governmental development programs and international support, the local textile industry is fitter than ever for exporting. Nevertheless, some potential investors are still a little reserved.
The international community is having negative image which was related to history before 15, 20 years, that of famine and the like. But that shouldn't be. Now Ethiopia is being changed, now Ethiopia is booming, especially this sector is booming, and I think this is a country which will be the future when it comes to textile and garment.
One person who recognized the country's potential early on is Habib Nahlin, a Turkish textile factory owner and investor. He sees several key advantages to manufacturing in Ethiopia.
If you want to be competitive in the world for the textile, you need a good source and interesting labor force. Ethiopia is the first point is the interesting labor force. And the second is Ethiopia also is the cotton producers in the world.
Dr. Vorku Zevde, formerly a successful surgeon in Hollywood, had a very personal motive for returning to his native country and starting his own garment factory.
I wanted to patent Ethiopia, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, and this has been my dream. Day and night I'm working on it. It's just a matter of time. There are only few links that we have to connect, and then it's like striking a match.
Despite the startup challenges, he managed to build a solid export business that supplies U.S. sports clothing companies.
I had lots of contacts with other support groups, but it has never been like ECBP. It's a short time, but everything they've done was to the letter, kept their words, training, bringing in experts.
With Ethiopia's strong entrepreneurial spirit and technology from Europe and Japan, the industry is very flexible for export orders, large or small.
We can say that we have all kinds of machineries, that we can sew all kinds of clothes. So, majority they are juki and remolding. So we can say anyway, we can satisfy any demand that we can find from our side. All kinds of clothes. So.
Yet the focus is not just on everyday clothing, as trendy fashion wear is on the rise. With a steady increase in overseas demand for unique Ethiopian styles and designs, companies no longer rely on contract manufacturing alone.
For the last 8 months that we start fully our company, already we have export twice to Germany. We already did one shipping to New York for Barneys, for bags. And we are working with the new designs for the spring-summer for Barneys.
In addition to business success, Ethiopia's entrepreneurs display a strong commitment to social responsibility.
If you look around, most of our workers are very young girls that we train them. And one of our logo is like empowerment for women. So most of the workers that we have is the majority, almost 95% are women.
The country's textile workforce is highly industrious and reliable, thus adding to the manufacturer's efficiency and flexibility.
And we also have, from outside, we source like people who are in HIV, women. We use them for, they do this spinning.
Ethiopia's competitive advantage over other markets also extends to handcrafting. The country's skilled manual labor force is affordable, and the quality of products is high.
For a joint venture, there are really two things as any human being should look. Who are working? The people who are working with us, they are adult, and most of them, we train them. So we are giving opportunity for a job. And another thing, the products itself is unique and organic, safe for environment, for people to wear. So to me, the potential is unlimited.